I'm so happy to have you here again. Can you believe how many I've made? This is my third. There's a lot going on in this one, as usual. I was finishing paintings. I was working on little paintings. I tried acrylic paint for the first time. Well, for the first time in quite some time. I used to paint with acrylics, but it's been like 10 years, maybe? I was doing that. I was finishing the poetry book. I've got new products up in my store. I've been designing a lot more products. And I talk a little bit about the Etsy strike, why people went on it, what it's about, and a little bit about Etsy and their fees. So that's coming up as well. I'm sorry about my voice. I just woke up not too long ago. I'm happy with how I look, but I have not actually had my coffee. So we're in a weird liminal space right now. But thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy the vlog. This is messy, but I don't care. There's a storm rolling in. Hi, let's talk. Some updates. After finally launching my Etsy shop, a few weeks later, I realized, well, first of all, I had an Etsy shop for years, but I haven't updated it with new products in a while. And I did that, and I got a great response, and I got some hat orders, I got some sticker orders, and I'm still working on more new products for it, and everything's good. But then I found out about Etsy's new fees. Again, I was relearning Etsy because I was changing my products on there and because I was adding new things. And their fees have increased as of now. They've increased to 6.5% on every purchase from 5%. So they increased an entire percentage point and a half. And here's what I need people to understand about Etsy fees. Whether you choose to use it or not, whether that's for you or not, for your business or not, it is your business, because everything is going to come with fees and everything is going to come with platforming fees or annual things or what have you. There's a lot of math out there for how to have an online store. Well, what I need people to know about the Etsy store and the fees that come with it is that the 6.5 processing fees are in addition, or whatever they call it, they're in addition to another 3% processing fee that for some reason is separate, plus you pay 25 cents per order. So you pay 6.5% plus 3% plus 25 cents on every purchase. And so this is not my main income because it couldn't be under these circumstances. I personally care more about having less to do because I have a full-time job and automating certain parts of how my business is working. So I'm spending a little bit more on the manufacturing for the product itself because I'm not doing it myself. And I'm spending a little more by being on Etsy, but I'm not paying other web hosting fees as sort of a give and take there. I'm only spending money when I'm making sales, so it's not like I'm out money every month other than the listing fees that I pay, which are negligible. It's fine. So everybody makes their own decisions about what they can do. But I just think that it's good if you are a consumer to be educated about who the artists, what the artists you are supporting or going through. I can't talk because I'm like too hyped up on this. Also, I just made a fresh cup of caffeinated tea because I've had a long day and a long week. I think it's important to be educated about how these systems work and know that places like Etsy, with their increased fees, they are profiting by being a middleman, basically. They give artists access to a marketplace and they give consumers access to that marketplace as well, and make searching easier because looking through Google for anything is just not reliable. Let's put it that way. And I'm not curse about it. So they're giving people access to this marketplace, right? But then they are charging the artist for being able to use that marketplace, for being discoverable on that marketplace. And it's to the detriment of the artist, not necessarily the consumer. Now, I do think that as a business, you're even a small one, you should take on some burdens for the sake of giving your customer the best experience, right? But what I don't like is that people just don't know that this stuff happens and they don't know how these platforms work. And I just think it's good to be an educated consumer so that you know what is happening with your money, so that you know where it's going. You should know that some of your money is going to Etsy and some of it is going to the artist, and a lot of it is also going to whatever manufacturer that artist used, honestly, because making a product costs money. Making prints costs money. If I use my own printer right here to make prints for you, and I do that for people. I sell my own prints as well. I don't always use a manufacturer. I'm using one now for bigger prints because they're higher quality than what I can do. But I still have to pay for ink. I have to pay for the Wi-Fi to be able to even send stuff to the printer. I have to pay for the paper, and then I have to pay for all of the packing and shipping supplies. And then I have to pay postage on top of that, or I have to charge you for postage. And sometimes I won't if you spend a certain amount. But all of this cost, it's going somewhere and it's being paid for by someone, and that is usually the business, whether it's one person or a corporation. But corporations do profit off of the lack of knowledge about stuff like this by hiding fees and saddling smaller businesses like me with it. And I just want more people to know that. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Is this what you came here for? I have no clue. Maybe I will cut this out of the vlog and just make a whole separate video about it, or maybe I'll leave it in here. So sorry for the rant. I just get really hyped up about stuff like this, and all of this was to tell you that my Etsy shop has been in vacation mode for a week because we're all on strike to protest these fees. Because Etsy made a lot of money during the pandemic when people turned to their e-commerce stores to make ends meet, or just decided to focus on their dreams because life is real short, we all found out recently. And so they made record profits, and they are charging us to pay for more advertising and more back-end support. That's how they're justifying the fee increase. But if they made all of that money, why aren't they just using that? Why are we carrying that burden? I didn't ask them to put more money into their ad revenue or services or whatever. I don't care if we're advertising Etsy on the New York train. That's not helping me as a particular artist. That's helping Etsy as a global company, right? So, haven't been able to do shop stuff because my shop's closed. But I'm designing a new sweatshirt design. I'm also trying to figure out what products I want to make that will go with the poetry book when it publishes. The very, very last round of edits is in with the designer right now, so I'm waiting for those to come back, but he's been a little swamped, and so I just haven't wanted to pressure him. I'm trying to paint again. I mean, I have been painting, but I don't know if I've been painting. All right, real talk. I have a day job, and it makes it really, really hard to have energy at the end of the day. I think I want to do a whole video on the struggles of having a day job and being a creative and what that can mean. There are aspects of my job that make being a creative better or worse depending on how you slice it, and honestly, it changes by the day. But something I have been struggling with for a while, and sometimes it gets better and sometimes it gets worse, is that at the end of the day, I've had all these ideas all day and I haven't had time for them, and I'm so tired, and I've been at work and I've been like, man, I just wish I could stop right now and just go draw. But like, no, I'm gonna be a grown-up and do my day job stuff. And then I'm finally off and I'm too tired. I'm very full of the voices of the day. I feel very drained from the social aspects of my job, but it requires me to be a certain type of person. And that just kind of takes away from that wellspring of energy for creativity. So I'm working on more strategies for how to get myself just working at the end of the day on my creative stuff, but also giving myself a break. I've come up with some things that are useful. So the first thing is I try and make sure that my art desk is fairly clear. I have a desk for day job stuff where my monitor lives that is separate from my art desk. I am lucky to have the space to do this now. It wasn't always the case. And that means that I can go exercise, eat dinner, shower, come back in here with a fresh cup of tea, sit down, and then just kind of do my work. So it's useful to be able to just have a place to land. And I have all of my stuff around me. I have my markers there. I have my art supplies there because my art desk is right here. So that helps. The second thing is I'm trying to be intentional about what I'm putting on to listen to while I'm doing art stuff. I do default to listening to videos or putting on a show or something, but that is very distracting for my brain. And if I'm doing work that is just to soothe, if I am doing a still life or something, then that's fine. But it does mean that I am not doing as much idea time. So I'm trying to build 2 new playlists, specifically of music I don't listen to while I'm working, while I'm day job working, and putting those on when I sit down finally, or even just putting on chill hop when I sit down finally, even if it's only for the first 10 minutes, because that puts me in just a different space than when I am working on day job stuff. And it still allows me room to think, it allows my brain room to process instead of thinking of external voices. Sometimes I like the external voices because I don't want to be in my brain anymore. But it's where ideas come from. So the third thing I'm doing is I'm making lots and lots of lists of things I want to draw. So if I have ideas during the day of I haven't drawn a penguin in years, then I add it to a list so that when I sit down and I'm I want to paint, and I want to paint an animal, but I don't know what. I don't have to sit there spending time racking my mind for ideas. I just go to the list and I pick something and I just do it. And it's working out better. It's not working out perfect. I could be more consistent about doing it, but it helps me feel less distracted during my workday because I feel like I'm not losing ideas. And then it gives me a place to start at night when I am too tired to remember those ideas. So that's the third thing I'm doing. The fourth and final thing is I put notes all around my house about drawing. So I have a note over there that says, "Did you draw today?" And I have a note over there that has a list of just sort of easy things to draw when I want to start somewhere. So right now it's apples and bunnies and some seasonal things that I want to work through. And then I have a note in my bedroom that is about what's great about drawing. You know, every day being an opportunity to create something new, the feeling of satisfaction I get from a page being full of something, even if it's not pretty or finished or good. Stuff like that. I made a little TikTok about it. I'll probably put it somewhere here. Hello, let's talk about drawing every day. Now, I'm not an expert, but I've been drawing almost every day of my life for maybe 5 years now. But the busier I get with day job stuff, the more I feel like I'm losing the time I carved out for my art practice. So I did something today that might help you because it has helped me in the past. I wrote myself encouragement and instructions for drawing every day. This one specifically has the things that work for me that I want to do more of. This one is encouragement, and this one is just going to be a reminder. Let me show you where I'm putting them. Putting up prompt list, yeah. So the encouragement one is in my bedroom in my getting ready area so that I can read it in the morning when I'm putting on makeup and brushing my hair. The reminder is by my work monitor so that I think about it at the end of my workday. And the instructions are at my actual work desk where I do art. That way when I sit down, I see them and I do it. If you think it'll help, try it out and let me know what happens. Follow for more. So, that's what's going on with me. This is a very long clip. We're feeling good. We're feeling better. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're feeling okay out there. Thanks for being with me. I'm wishing you the best. I'll talk to you soon. Welcome to the voiceover part of the video. So I wanted to get on here and talk to you a little bit about this commission that I'm doing right now. This is a commission, a wedding commission, for two very dear friends that are getting married this year. And they were looking at a bunch of different things on Etsy and on the internet, different wedding invitations that were of people. And they really liked some of the styles they were seeing, but they wanted something more in the style I work in, and they wanted to get it from me. So they sent me some of those for inspiration, and I gathered from it that they wanted sort of like foresty and fall-ish colors because that's the theme of their wedding. They wanted a certain pose that looked friendly but would work in some of the signage maybe, or on the invitations if they chose to do that. And ultimately, they really wanted to have a piece that was a memento of the wedding, that was about all of this time leading up to it. So I made this piece. I got them to approve the pose, and then I got them to approve the color palette I used, and then I got to coloring it. I did it entirely in Procreate, and the file is set up in such a way that I'm going to be able to print it on my nice toothy paper. It's art paper that these types of digital pieces look really good on because then it makes the colors pop and then it gives everything a texture. And they'll be able to frame this in their new home at some point when they have a new space together and they're setting it up, and I was so excited to be able to do this for them. Wedding commissions can be really fun, but you have to be really careful about how specific some of the things are because you want it to match the vibe of the client, you want it to be the right colors and the right energy, and this was very, very much them. And at the end, I made this background that's sort of foresty, that is reminiscent of their favorite band Pinegrove, and I think it came together really, really well. I wonder what you think. Let me know in the comments. Are you happy? Good morning. Here's the deal. I'm fighting my scanner. It is scanning blank. The preview is not working or something. And I can't even get the error code to come up so that I can like look up what it is. So that's a problem because I want to scan in my Yu Yu Hakusho painting and like be able to make prints of it, but I can't seem to do that right now. So that's going on, but we persevere. I picked out art for the postcards that I'm going to sell with the poetry book, or I'm going to put with the poetry book that I'm selling. And I'm working on putting together my first ever postcard pack of some paintings. So I'm thinking for this one, I'm going to do all fruits. So I'm picking out some of my favorite fruits, scanning them in, editing the scans, and I will be compiling 6 of them into a bundle, and that will be available through my shop. That will be one of my non-print-on-demand items. I have a few print-on-demand items at this point. It says it in the description if you go there and you are curious and you just want to know. So yeah, I'm excited to put together a sketchbook pack, or not a sketchbook pack, a painting pack. I'm excited to put together a painting pack. I've never done that in particular before. I did like an Inktober one once when I was doing shows, but I've never had one that's like properly in my shop. So that will be pretty good. I'm going to probably post on my Instagram at some point and get some opinions on which paintings people want the most, because I want to make sure I'm putting in some of the, more requested ones. And a lot of my products, not a lot of my products, but some of my products are now print on demand, and it's really helpful for me. So if you're curious, even if you don't want to purchase anything, I would suggest looking at the Etsy shop. It's in the link down below, and checking out some of my listings there. There's going to be some hats. There might be t-shirts and sweatshirts at this point because I have been working on some new designs for those. And the larger art prints of my anime pieces, those are also made by them, and they are on museum quality, very thick paper. Wait, let me show you. So this is actually a print of my painting. I'm sorry about all the reflections. It's bright in here. But it's really nice. I think the colors came out really well. Once it's framed, you really can't even tell that it's a print. It looks like the painting. It's really nice. It's matte finish. The glare you're getting is just from the glass. And I'm really happy with these. I think they're worth it. I think they're worth the money. They're a little pricier than some of the art prints I've seen out there, but they are also much higher quality. So yeah. So I'm hoping to get more of these up here. And like, I'm trying to get the Yu Yu Hakusho painting like this, but it hasn't happened. So this is also why I'm really frustrated about the whole scanner thing, is because like, I really like how that looks, but I can't do it if I can't scan in. So I don't know. If anybody out there knows why this is happening and I haven't fixed this by now, please tell me. Please, please, please tell me if you've ever had this issue with a scanner. It's so annoying. It's just so annoying. I can't. This printer scanner is so expensive, and I finally started using it, and I need it to keep working. Like, I need it to keep working. So, on to other things. I'm gonna get on with my workday and then do some art later today, which is very exciting. So that's it for the studio vlog. Thank you again for being here. I'm so glad you could be on this journey with me of making YouTube videos. To all 3 of you that keep watching these. Thank you to anyone who is supporting me, who has liked my videos, who is following me, who just like sits down and puts them on. I really appreciate it. I'm posting more often. I'm posting about every 2 weeks. That may go up. It depends on how much I do, but I am posting consistently now, finally. So please like, comment, and subscribe. You can tell me your favorite color. Mine is red, although lately it's been more of a peachy pink. That's the color I've been obsessed with more lately. So tell me your favorite color. And until next time, stay safe out there, and I'll see you soon. All right? Bye, friends.